Today, we will be talking about how to use the three different conjunctions in Mandarin, 也, he, and 还有. In Mandarin, 也, he, and 还有 all serve to connect ideas, but each of them have a distinct use and nuance. The definition of 也 is also or to. Its function is to indicate similarity or addition. It's often used to show that something is true for another subject or action. Here is an example. 我喜欢吃苹果，也喜欢吃香蕉。I like eating apples, and also like eating bananas. A key point to keep in mind is that 也 is used when the same action or state applies to another subject or object. The definition of 和 is and. It functions to connect nouns, pronouns, or noun phrases. It works similarly like the English and. It is placed to only connect similar elements, not clauses or verbs directly. Here's an example. 我喜欢苹果和香蕉. I like apples and bananas. Note that there is a limitation. It's incorrect to use 和 to connect verbs or clauses. For example, you cannot say 我喜欢吃苹果和喜欢吃香蕉. The definition for 还有 is and also or moreover. It functions to add information, often in a more informal or conversational way. It can connect nouns or clauses. Its placement can be flexible. It can start a new clause or add to a list. Here's an example. 我喜欢苹果还有香蕉. I like apples and also bananas. Here is another example. 今天很忙还有我很累. Today is very busy. Moreover, I'm tired. A key point to take note of is that 还有 is more versatile than 和 and can add emphasis or extra details. Here is a summary comparing all three conjunctions. For usage, 也 is used for similarity in actions, 和 is used for listing nouns, and 还有 is used for adding information. In terms of what each conjunction connects, 也 connects verbs, adjectives, or clauses. 和 connects nouns only, and 还有 connects nouns or clauses. Here are examples of each conjunction used under the same context. 我喜欢茶，也喜欢咖啡。我喜欢茶和咖啡。我喜欢茶还有咖啡. Here is a guideline you can follow to decide when to use which conjunction. You should use 也 when the same verb or adjective applies to another subject or object. You should use 和 for simple noun lists, specifically under a formal context or in written Chinese. You should use 还有 for adding information in speech or in informal writing. You can also use it more flexibly. Here are some dialogues to show how 也, 和, and 还有 are used differently in context. To use 也 in the context of two friends talking about hobbies, speaker A could ask, 你喜欢跑步吗? Do you like running? And speaker B can respond, 喜欢, 我也喜欢游泳. Yes, I also like swimming. One key point to take note of here is that 也 emphasizes that the speaker likes both running and swimming. It's the same verb, but with different objects. Here is an example of 和 used for nouns only under the context of someone ordering food. Speaker A can ask, 你想吃什么? What do you want to eat? And speaker B can respond, 我要面条 和饺子 I want noodles and dumplings. A key point to note here is that 和 connects nouns only. In this case, it's noodles and dumplings. Another important point to keep in mind is that it's wrong to say 我要吃面条和吃饺子. It's incorrect because 和 cannot connect verbs. Here is an example of 还有 used in the context of planning a weekend trip. Speaker A could say 周末我们去公园吧. Let's go to the park this weekend. And speaker B can respond 好还有我们可以野餐. Okay, and also we can have a picnic. A key point here is that 还有 adds extra information, like besides or what's more. Here is another example of 还有 when you use it to list things. 我买了苹果、香蕉，还有橙子. I bought apples, bananas, and also oranges. Here is a mixed example which compares all three conjunctions. Speaker A could say, 你周末做什么了? What did you do this weekend? And speaker B could respond, 我看了电影，和朋友吃了饭，还有我也去了书店。I watched a movie and ate with friends. Also, I also went to the bookstore. Here is a breakdown of the previous example. 和 connects watch a movie and ate with friends, the specific nouns being 电影 and 朋友. 还有 is used in this example to add another activity. Specifically, the activity went to the bookstore. And 也 in this example implies in addition to other things, I also did this. Here are some final tips to remember. 也 is used when there is the same action used for different subjects or objects. For example, when you want to say, I like X, also Y. 和 is used only for nouns. For example, you would use it when you want to say X and Y. Lastly, 还有 is used to add extra information. It's used when you want to say something like something and also something else. Please like and subscribe to watch more videos like this at Toronto Chinese Academy.